Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to explain and practically demonstrate handling jQuery dropdown fields using Selenium automation. So let's get started. First of all, what exactly are these jQuery dropdown fields and how they are different from the HTML dropdown fields? For that, first I'll take you to this sample application page where we can find a normal or general HTML dropdown field. Okay. Before I explain about the jQuery, let me show you a general HTML dropdown field that we generally automate. Okay. So on this application URL page, you see there is a dropdown field which is a normal or general HTML dropdown field. So when I right click on this dropdown field and select inspect option, in the HTML code of this dropdown field, you will find a select tag. Okay. Then it proves that it is a HTML dropdown field. Okay. If I right click on this normal dropdown field and select inspect option, in the HTML code of this dropdown field, if I find the select tag, it is a normal HTML dropdown field. But what about this jQuery dropdown field? What will be there in the HTML code of this jQuery dropdown field? Let me show you an example here. Okay. I'll click on this link, guys. It will take you to this particular application page where we have three jQuery dropdown fields. If I right click on this jQuery dropdown fields, one of the jQuery dropdown fields on this page and select inspect the HTML code, you will not find the select tag. Instead, you will see other HTML tags. Inspect this. You see in the HTML code of this jQuery dropdown field, you see input tag is there and okay, input tag is there and somewhere here the UI elements are there. That is list options are there. Okay, all the options that are there in this choice one and all those stuff. Okay, if you click on this, you see choice one, choice two, all these are here. List elements are there here, right? So this is how the HTML code of the jQuery dropdown field looks like and how to automate this, guys. Very simple to automate a jQuery dropdown field, guys. Okay, and before I show you how to automate this jQuery dropdown fields, with jQuery dropdown fields, a lot of things are possible, guys. Okay, this is very simple one where I can select one option out of this. You see, from this jQuery dropdown field, I can select options, sub options, and so on. Okay, this is one thing. And if I go with another dropdown field, that is jQuery dropdown field, you see, I can select multiple options here. Okay, multiple options and sub options I can select here from this another jQuery multi-selection drop-down field. So this kind of functionalities, if you want, guys, okay, generally developers, HTML developers will create this kind of jQuery drop-down fields, which are more advanced than the basic type of HTML drop-down fields. Okay, but how to automate this kind of drop-down fields? It's very simple, guys, very easy. I'll show you right away. So I'll first open this Eclipse IDE where we have this project which is already configured with Selenium, and here we have a sample class. Inside that we have the main method. Here we are going to write the automation code to handle such kind of jQuery drop-down fields. So I'll start writing the code here, guys. That is a WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver dot setup. Okay. Then I'll say WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Now, after writing this second line, I'll import this WebDriver interface from Selenium library. And also, I'll import this Chrome driver class also from Selenium library. Using this object reference, I'll maximize the browser window, driver.manage.window.maximize, and I will open the application URL. That is this particular application URL I'll open. Okay, I'll open this application URL page also. Done. Fine. After opening this application URL page, guys. Okay, so what I want to do is I'll go with this simple single selection jQuery drop-down field. I will try to automate this. So in order to automate this, guys, I have to right click on this single selection jQuery drop-down field here. Inspect this. So you see, when I inspect this, I got this HTML code highlighted, guys. It has some ID, guys. Okay, as you can see, this particular drop-down field has an ID. I'll copy this ID. The ID is just another input box. It's the ID of this drop-down field, single selection drop-down field. I'll copy this, and here I'll simply say driver.findElement by.id and provide the ID locator for the drop-down field and put a semicolon and create a web element for the single selection. Okay, so I'll simply say single selection drop-down field, right? Single selection I will say, and create a web element out of this. And now using this single selection web element, I'll simply say click, guys. Okay, here you see when you are automating a HTML drop-down field, you have to create an object for the select class. In Selenium, you have to create an object for the select predefined class. But while you are automating a jQuery dropdown field, you don't have to create an object for the select predefined class. Instead, directly create a web element out of that dropdown field, jQuery dropdown field, and just perform click off. Okay, perform click on that. So when you click on this, it will open like this. Now in this jQuery drop-down field, I need to select some option. For example, I want to select this choice 3 option. So for that, guys, I'll right click on this choice 3 and select inspect option. You see, this is a HTML code of this choice 3. So what I can do is I'll copy this value, that is choice 3, copy this. This is a span, guys. Span tag and choice is there. I'll simply say Control F here and say I'll create an XPath expression. Double slash span text is equal to, okay, text is equal to, I'll give the text like this. You see here one of three is coming, not just one, but one of three is coming. So let's see what are the three. So what's happening here is here we have multiple, that is multiple jQuery drop-down fields. In every jQuery drop-down field, you see there are some choice tree options. Okay, not just in this single drop-down field we have the choice tree, but here also we have choice tree. Here also we have choice tree. Here also we have the choice tree. What's happening here is when I press enter here, you see, when it is one of three, three elements are getting located with this single XPath expression. So if I hover here, you see this option is getting highlighted. You see, the first drop-down field choice tree option is getting highlighted. Again, if I press enter, this is two of three. So if I hover the mouse on this HTML code, it's locating this one. Okay, this option is no, this one is getting highlighted, guys, somewhere here. Okay? The other drop down field, it's getting selected. Now if I again press enter here, now three of three. In this case, you see this choice three in this single selection drop down field, jQuery drop down field is getting highlighted. So how to overcome this problem? So here, guys, what I will do is I'll just put a square bracket out of this. Okay, the circular brackets I'll provide around this XPath expression. I'll give a value that instead of giving 1, 2, I'll give 3, guys. Okay, let's see what will happen. Now only one element is coming. So if that is element is the required element, then fine. You see, this is what is the required element, right? It's getting highlighted here, right? If I hover the mouse on this, you see this choice tree is getting highlighted. That means this is the required XPath expression for this choice tree in this particular drop-down field. I'll go here and say driver dot find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression, and simply say dot click, guys. That's it. Okay, nothing much. This is the option, one of the choice tree option. Now run this code. So we should be able to select the choice tree in the single selection jQuery drop-down field on that application page. Let's see what will happen. So it will open the Chrome browser in a while. Still running, guys. Let's wait. Yeah, it's started. It has opened the application, browser, and maximize the browser. It will open the application URL now. And it has to click on that single selection. And in that, it has selected choice tree option. You see, it is working fine. So with single selection is all good, guys. Now what I want to do is I want to select, okay, single option in this multi selection. Okay, now I want to select this one of the option in this multi selection. Okay, so for that what I will do here is I'll remove this code from here. The application URL is same, this application URL is same, but what I want to do next is instead of that single selection drop down field, jQuery drop down field, I want to go with this multi selection drop down field. Okay, so for that, guys, I'll right click on this and select inspect option. So this is the input tag we have, and it has an ID. This drop down field has an input tag. I'll copy this ID of this drop-down field, jQuery drop-down field. Here I'll say driver dot find element by dot ID. What was ID, guys, for that drop-down field? Multi-selection drop-down field ID is just an input box is the ID. Okay. So I'll here say this is multi-selection, right? I'll simply say multi-selection and create a web element out of that. Okay. Now I'll simply say multi-selection dot click, guys. Okay. It will click on the drop-down field. Once it clicks, it will display these options, guys. After displaying these options, I want to select this choice tree. I'll inspect this choice tree here. Okay, this is the tag, guys, for choice 3. See, choice 3 is there. But here, I just need to use the same XPath expression I used earlier and just change it to 1, guys. You see, 1 of 1. It's getting highlighted. And you see, this option is also getting highlighted in this. So I'll go with this XPath expression, guys. Double slash span text is equal to choice 3. Double slash span text is equal to choice 3. I'll go with this. And come back here and say driver dot find element by dot XPath. Give that XPath expression of that choice 3 option in the first drop down field. Dot click. Okay, simply say dot click. Put a semicolon, run this code, guys. Run as Java application. Maximize the browser window. It will open the application URL. and it need to click on that multi-selection drop-down field and select choice 3 option. You see, choice 3 option got selected. The tick mark also came. Now, guys, as I all told you, here in this multi-selection, you can select multiple options. Okay? Not just one option, but you can select multiple options. So let me do that now. I want to select multiple options this time. So apart from choice 3, I want to select other options. Like for example, I want to select this choice 2 guys. Okay, this particular option I want to select. Okay. Apart from choice 3, I want to select choice 2. Choice 1, choice 2, I want to select. First, I'll select the choice 1. So this is the choice, not the choice 1. Again, let me inspect. Yeah, yeah, it's highlighting here, guys. Okay, this is the choice 1. So some space is there, guys. Some space is there. To overcome this space, guys, what we can do is instead of writing like this, we can modify this XPath expression a bit. So how can I modify this? This is span again, span tag again, but here text is choice 1. So I'll copy this and say /span. This time I'll simply say span. Inside that I'll say contains circular brackets, square brackets. I'll inside the contains I'll give text, comma I'll give, and now give choice 1, guys. Okay. Contains I have to use, guys. In this kind of situations where the text is improper, some spaces are there and all. In that case, you can give contains is better. Okay. Copy this. But here, guys, one of three is coming. But in the first drop down field, if you want to get again surround this with circular brackets, okay, and give number 1 here. Give number 1. So you'll be able to create a proper XPath expression. Over the mouse on this, you see choice 1 is getting selected, right? Only choice 1, only one of one. That is nothing but when I hover this HTML code, choice 1. So I have created a proper XPath expression to locate this choice 1. So if you are not good with this creating of XPath expressions, guys, you can watch my other video where I explained in detail like how to create your own XPath expressions and CSS circuits from scratch. Okay, detailed video is there. You can watch that video of mine. Okay. So once you create a proper XPath expression to locate this choice 1, come back here and simply say driver dot find element by dot XPath. Give the XPath expression and say dot click. That's it. Okay, dot click. Done. So it's also done. Choice 1 is done. Now I'll select the choice 2 to select this option. So here we have this span tag and it has choice 2 guys. So what I will do is I'll say span. So this doesn't have any spaces. So I'll give directly text is equal to choice 2. So here one out of three, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3 is coming, but 1 out of 3 is correct one here. 1 out of this 3 is correct one. So I'll provide the circular brackets again and provide the number 1 so that it will locate only from the first drop down field. And press enter. You see only this one of 1 is coming now and it's getting locating this choice 2 only. Okay, now copy this XPath expression. Come back here and say driver dot find element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath expression and simply say dot click, guys. Now this time, guys, with this, if I run this code, it will select multiple options in this. Okay, these 3 options, that is choice 1, choice 3, and choice 2 options in this multi-selection draw multi-selection jQuery drop-down field. Okay, let's see that. This time 3 options need to be selected, guys. Okay, not just one option. So it has to select 3 options in the multi-selection. You see, choice 1, choice 3, and choice 2. 3 options got selected. Now, guys, I want to go a bit further. I want to select multiple of all the options. Otherwise, I want to select all these options in this multi-selection box. Okay. For that, what I have to do? I'll remove all this till clicking. It's fine, guys. Okay. Till clicking that multi-selection drop-down field, it's fine. After that, what I want to do is I want to select all the options, not just 3 options, but all the options. For that, guys, I need to create a proper XPath expression. So how to do that? So for that, guys, I'll simply say for that, what I will do here is, you see, if I inspect one of this option here, choice 1, let's say, this choice 1, okay, has a list tag li is there and it has some class is there. Okay, some unique class attribute value is there. If I inspect this choice 2 also, again we have this span tag. This span tag is under this same class. So here it is there, guys. Okay, span class combo tree plan place is there. Okay, what about this? What about the first choice? Inspect this. It also has, where is that, guys? Okay, so here only class combo tree item title is there. Properly inspect. Let's see what it has to bring and all. So this one Here again combo tree title is there. Okay, here combo tree title is there in a different way. Let me inspect again choice one. I need to create, you see combo tree item title is there here for this choice one. Inspect choice two. It has again the same thing. Combo tree item title is part 2 1. Again the same thing, right? Again the same thing. So like that, different things are there. Okay, span and some class name is there. Inspect this another option. Let's see the common thing. You see, combo tree item title is something common, guys. Okay, I'll copy this class at this portion of the class and say double slash span at the rate class is equal to. I'll give this value. Let's see whether it will locate or not. Okay, you see 42 are locating. Here only 14 options are there, guys. In this multi-selection, only 14 options are, but it is giving 42 because those options are there in other drop-down fields, guys. Okay, so these options are also getting highlighted. Okay, these options and these options are also counted, and total 42 it is locating. But no problem, guys. Anyhow, we are going to click on the multi-selection box field only, right? Anyhow, we are going to click only on this multi-selection box field. So I will take this XPath expression, okay, and come back here and we'll do one thing. I'll say driver dot find elements. I will say, okay, find elements by dot, because multiple options from three different drop down jQuery drop down fields are coming here. So I'll simply, anyhow we are clicking only on the multi selection, only in that in that only the options will be selected, remaining options need to be ignored. Okay, so we'll do that, some kind of programming we'll write here. I'll say find elements, and here all the options of the three multi selection, all the options of these three jQuery drop-down fields are getting located here. That is 43 options. I'll say create list of web elements are coming. I'll write a for each loop, guys. Okay. For each and every option here is a web element. So I'll say for each and every option is a web element. Web element e colon this list of options. Okay. For each and every jQuery drop-down option here, what I need to do is I just need to click on the option. I need to select the option. E dot click. E dot click. That's what I want to do. I want to select these options in the multi-selection, and that in this multi-selection drop-down field only I need to select. But what happens here is here 43 options came. Not the options didn't only came from this multi-selection, but also came from single selection and this multi-selection also. Okay, so these three drop-downs options came, but what will happen? Let's see. Okay, but still, if I try to click on this multi-selection, one of the drop-down field and try to select the options, what will happen? Let's see. Okay, you'll get an exception for sure, but you will get the result also. Okay, all the options in the required drop-down field will be selected. jQuery drop-down field will be selected. Apart from that, you will get an exception in the output. Okay, so let's wait for the result. After that, we'll write some more code to solve it. It will click on the multi-select. You see all the options in the first jQuery drop-down field got selected. All the 14 options got selected. After this is done, it's not selecting any other options in the other drop-down fields. If you go here, you see there is an exception already came here. Okay, there is an exception here because it's trying to click, it's trying to select other options in the other jQuery dropdown fields, and it's getting element not interactable exception because to select the options in the other jQuery dropdown fields, it has to open the options, right? It's not opening the dropdowns. That's why it's not selecting. So simple way to solve this problem is to overcome that exception is surround this, surround this inside the, surround this inside the try block like this. Okay, catch exception e like this, just surround this and don't do anything. Okay, don't handle anything, guys. Okay, don't write inside the catch, just catch that and leave it. Okay, so here already e is there, that's why this is giving a problem. So I'll give some a or something. Okay, it will resolve the problem. Fine, catch otherwise I'll say ex. Okay, exception ex. Fine, now run this code, guys. You see this time all the options in the required multi-selection drop down jQuery drop down field will be selected, and also for other options you will not get any exception. Okay, for the other jQuery drop down fields you will not get any exception, it will ignore the exception. This time it will select all the options in the required jQuery drop down field, all the 14 options, and for the remaining options, okay, for the remaining options not do anything. Okay, so you will not get any exception. You see exception is not coming, and we can do one more thing, guys. Okay, when such kind of exception comes, you simply break. Okay, we'll break it so that we don't have to iterate this loops even after that the required options got selected. Okay, run this code. This time you see it will be more effective. This code will be more effective. The break will take you out of the for loop when you get that exception. Okay, that's the way to handle the exception. I feel better way to handle the exception. So it will select all the options and it will break out of. Okay, you see, you'll not get any exception in the output, and you see here there is no exception and program is completed also. Okay, so this is a way to handle um, the jQuery drop-down fields using Selenium, guys. Okay, so it's very simple, guys. With if you are handling or automating a normal HTML drop-down field, you have to create an object for select class. For jQuery drop-down fields, so some advanced features are there, right, while selecting the options in the jQuery. So that's the benefit, but automating is very simple. You have to first click on the drop-down field using Selenium, and after that you have to select the required options in the jQuery drop-down. That's it, guys. Okay, it's very simple to handle or automate the jQuery drop-down fields using Selenium. So hope guys you understood how to handle jQuery drop-down fields using Selenium automation. So that's it. Thank you. Bye.